Good morning everyone, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to Canada. If you guys saw our last video, you already know that after 2.5 years of full-time travel, we have made the very exciting journey back home to Canada. We had a very warm welcome, a very emotional reunion, and it was amazing. But that was actually 3 months ago. In the last 3 months, our life has been an absolute roller coaster.
I guess the idea that like you might be super sick but you don't really know.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It was terrible. We did not expect to be here in Canada this long, and in today's video we are going to share with you guys everything that's been going on for us the last few months and also share our super exciting upcoming travel plans that we are about to embark on. Something that
we want to be international.
Yes,
we're not ready to settle back home.
No, I'm not sure we ever will be.
I'm not sure if we ever will be.
No. So to do that, we decided we were going to take you guys to one of our favorite places in the city to walk our dog Evie and share the story with you as we go. Should we get going? Yeah, let's go down.
Get ready.
Perfect. Ready?
Ready. The first month that we arrived back in Canada was amazing. We first started in Vancouver Island to meet up with Nicole's sister and her family, and we had a great time with them. And then after that, we flew back home to Calgary, which is where we're from and where we are now. And then we actually had a full reunion with our families, and that was an awesome time. During the summer, we also attended the weddings that we came home for, and we also got a lot of mountain therapy, which Nicole and I were missing after being away from Canada for so long. It was great to be out there in the Rocky Mountains again, and it was also awesome to have our dog with us too. During all this, we were also planning a pretty big move. At the time, our plan was that we would be moving to Thailand for a job offer that I had picked up on. It wasn't all confirmed at the time, but basically we had everything we needed to uproot our whole life here and prepare for a big move over.
Yeah, the plan was to be in Canada for about 6 weeks, and then we would make that ride over to Thailand with our dog Evie and make a permanent move there. But then we got some seriously bad news. Girl, your favorite place. Your favorite place. Oh crap. No poop bags. You might have to ask somebody for a poop bag. Oh my god, did you bring her treats? We somehow forgot both the dogs' poop bags and her treats as we were preparing to come here today. Thankfully, Mico found a unused poop bag tied to the fence, probably for people like us who forget them. But we are obviously out of practice with being dog parents. It's been a couple of years that Evie, our dog here, has been living with my sister and her husband. So it's been a bit of an adjustment, but I am so excited to have her back in our lives full time, forever. Wait. She's a little excited. Hi. Oh, here we go. Zoomies.
Want one? Oh, okay. All the snow in the world, and she just wants the one that I pick up.
So the scary news that put a huge wrench in all of our plans and is the reason we have been here for so long actually started just a month after we arrived back to Canada. I was sitting at dinner one night with Mico and my sister, and I was just like feeling my neck for whatever reason, and I found this big lump on my neck, and obviously had my sister check it out, had Mico check it out, and they're like, there is definitely something there.
Something there, but
yeah.
And then we had her like lift her neck up and swallow, and then all of a sudden like, oh wait, I think there is something there.
Yeah, so we were like, okay, well, we obviously want to get this checked out before we like leave the country. We have Canadian healthcare, that's amazing. So 2 days later, I am in my doctor's office and they check me out. They do a nice assessment of my neck and they're like, yeah, okay, there's definitely something here, feels quite large. We need to send you for some tests. So they sent me for an ultrasound and blood work. I got both of those done literally the next day. Canadian healthcare for the win. And that night I received a call. I actually missed 2 calls from my doctor's office, and they were actually from my doctor calling to say, hey Nicole, I'm calling to talk to you about your ultrasound results. And I'm like, the physician has never called me before. Like physically left me a voicemail. So I had missed the call. This is completely after hours for the doctor's office. So thankfully I had an appointment already booked for the next morning at like 9 a.m. So Mico and I go to the doctor's office and it's not a great story. We get to the doctor's office and she like sits us down and says, Nicole, based on like all of the results from your ultrasound, there's a very high chance that you have thyroid cancer. And I'm like, what?
What?
We're like, are you sure? And
you don't look sick.
yeah, and I don't feel sick. Feel totally fine. But just to give you an idea of like how we came to that conclusion, a quick summary is, I guess based on ultrasound results for like a nodule in your thyroid like I have, there's a scale from 1 to 7 of the chances that you have cancer. So based on the results, a 1 is very low likelihood that you've got cancer. A 7 is confirmed cancer. And considering the way that my nodule looks on ultrasound, I was at a risk level 6. So the chances that I had cancer were super high. So obviously that really, really changed our plans of like moving to Thailand right away. So we kind of took a step back and kind of had to put our life on hold, because what I needed to do now to confirm whether or not I have cancer is I had to get a biopsy done of the lump, of the nodule.
And the biopsy was originally scheduled for 2 months later.
Yeah.
And it was just sounded terrible.
The wait was so brutal.
Yeah, it's honestly not something we've ever really
had to go through.
Encountered personally, which is really grateful of. But like, I guess the idea that like you might be super sick, but you don't really know. Yeah. It's terrible.
It was terrible, and it just really obviously put everything on hold for us because we were planning to move. But if I had cancer, we needed to be in Canada for treatment. So. Thankfully, we managed to get the biopsy moved up. We went out of town for it, went to like a small town, Alberta, and had the biopsy done just like 2 weeks later. Welcome to Medicine Hat Regional Hospital. Yes, I'm not super stoked to get a needle in my throat, but I'm very excited for this to be done. They biopsied it, which was very uncomfortable. They like stuck a bunch of needles in my neck, scooped around in there a lot, and got some samples, 3 samples.
How'd it go?
That was painful. Yeah, that was uncomfortable. Quite uncomfortable. They had to get 3 samples, which means they did freeze me, but then they had to go in 3 different times, like with new needles. It was frozen, but there's just like a lot of discomfort in like poking and prodding and he was like going, man. There was some serious force.
I saw it in the ultrasound.
Did you?
I could see on the screen.
Yeah. I just have Band-Aid though. Nothing. It's sore though, like it hurts to talk. Like it feels like this whole area feels like very uncomfortable. But anyways, we did it.
I also want to say that during this time, while we were waiting for all these results and doing these tests, we also ended up just basically canceling everything, canceling the move. Because we started talking to our property manager, because we have a townhome that we were putting out for rent. Now we started, clawing that back from the market.
Thinking that we were going to be moving into it, right?
Started just
literally
prepping to be home and encountering surgery.
Yeah, and that really was what the doctor had said, like really brace yourself for the cancer diagnosis. So we started to completely change our lives back to like, okay, wow, we're not moving abroad. We are staying in Canada. I'm going to have surgery. We're going to do radiation. This is going to be a whole thing. So it is a Tuesday. I got my biopsy last Thursday, which means it's really only been like, today I guess is like 3 full days, like business days of waiting, and I am struggling. It is so hard to just wait. I am like constantly checking online to see if I can get my results, because I might get my results on like my health records online, maybe even before my doctor's office calls, and I am like just like incessantly checking. It's not great for the mental health. It just feels like I feel like I had the biopsy a century ago, and like waiting for the results has been really hard. I just want to know what we're doing. I just need to like be able to plan and organize, wrap my head around like what is happening and what the next months, I don't know, year will look like. Yeah, this is a serious bummer. I am working, trying so hard to Can you see the computer? Trying so hard to keep getting work done and just like focus on editing and yeah, and I'm still doing all the things that like I want to do and I like to do, but I will say I am constantly distracted. Like there's just this constant buzzing in the back of my head, like wondering what the heck we are gonna learn this week, maybe next week, maybe. It sucks. And then just a week or so after the biopsy, we got a notification on the computer that my results were in, and I could actually see them online, which was so strange. It's so strange to like have this huge thing happening in your life and you're just gonna like click a button on the computer and find out if you've got cancer or not.
Yeah.
It was a lot. So actually we didn't film it because for starters, we were so convinced that this was gonna be like positive for cancer. And I remember saying to Mico, like, should we be filming this? And he's like, I don't wanna have this on the camera forever. Like, I don't wanna remember this forever. I'm like, yeah, good point. So we click the button and open the file, and we're both in complete disbelief when it said that my nodule's benign. Like,
Just the,
the
most
relief,
amazing word.
the most amazing word. The relief was unreal, like anything I've ever felt. Yeah, and we just were like so overwhelmed by the fact that we had gone through this whole thing, and this whole month had just been like so painful and exhausting, and I felt like I'd lived in a fog for the month. And then it was just nothing. It's just fine. So I will still need to have the nodule monitored every 6 or so months, but like we're just checking to make sure she doesn't grow, and that's a later me problem. For now, the exciting part is that she is for sure cancer-free. And what that meant for us too is that Thailand was back on the table. Like we didn't have to be in Canada again. It was like this like yo-yo of like, oh my gosh, we can go.
Evie girl. She really wants something to go and retrieve,
I
but
think she found it.
oh,
Yep,
here we go.
did.
She found a little stick.
Hilarious.
What you got there, girl?
Oh, it's my stick. It looks slobbery from the last dog who had it. Oh yeah.
We'll throw the stick.
Toward a stick. Okay. Ja. Ooh, do you see her dive? Hey girl. Look at you, hey?
Come on, girl.
So Evie is obsessed with fetch. Like this dog would fetch until she died if you didn't give her breaks. She's so obsessed. So we just got her a brand new Frisbee, and Frisbees are like her top thing in the world.
Right. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is the world's most obedient dog right there.
Happiest.
She'll do anything for this Frisbee. You ready, girl? Back up.
Oh, she's so happy.
I know.
Oh, she lost it.
Oh.
I kind of like when she loses it because then she like runs around so much, and I'm like, sweet, you're getting like a ridiculous amount of exercise. As long as she actually finds it, we don't have to go there.
So after a somewhat sad second month here in Canada, when we finally got the good news, it really just put everything back on the table, and it really felt like the world was our oyster again.
Oh, it was so exciting.
So as we were planning to basically pivot back towards Thailand, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 days later, after you got the
News that
it was good,
Yeah, that I was benign.
I got the news that the job offer actually fell through. So for whatever reason,
It was a really intense few weeks.
Yeah, we thought it was all really good. You know, gonna have this job set up. We're gonna move our life there, and like, you know, the cancer thing is gone now, so like we can really do it. But then they said, actually, we don't have the job there anymore. So it basically just deflated us.
But at least I didn't have cancer.
At least you didn't have cancer.
Like that was truly this huge silver lining. I don't use that phrase lightly. It was so intense leading up to it that we were just like, okay, Thailand's off the table, and that is such a bummer. But like, I'm healthy, so the world is our oyster. Like, what are we gonna do? Because thinking you have cancer, even if it's just for a short amount of time, and then like being told you don't, the new lease on life I felt like I had, even though actually nothing had happened, was extraordinary. So it really brought us back to assess like, what is it that we really want our life to look like? And what is it about Thailand that we were loving the idea of and we're sad about losing? And so I think what we've kind of decided is we love flexibility.
Yeah.
That's a huge piece of it for us. We absolutely love travel.
But we want to be international.
Yes,
We're not ready to settle back home.
No, I'm not sure we ever will be.
I'm not sure if we ever will be.
No.
And we want to be with the dog.
Yes, so the dog had to be part of this equation. So we really had the chance now to like go back to the drawing board and just look at all of our options. And I think when you look at this with perspective of like, we are healthy and we should live our life now because you don't know what tomorrow holds, we really just felt like let's just dive into something. Like we were just kind of ready to take a bit of a risk, try something new. I don't know, we just were like feeling ready to do something big. Good girl.
That is a tired dog.
She's so sleepy now. Hi, gorgeous. Time to sleep, okay?
Are you gonna sleep, Eve?
Time to sleep.
You have a lot of fun playing? Not enough.
Let's get more for sleep.
Must get more for sleep.
Thank you so much. You too. Thanks for lunch.
So, we decided to do something big because the world is our oyster. And when you really think about what we want, you know, I think there's other ways to achieve it besides just Thailand. So here's the grand plan, okay? That has been is a few months of simmering and going through ups and downs. We finally landed on something that I think is gonna tick all the boxes and scratch all the itches, at least for now. Nicole and I have decided that we are gonna go on a massive road trip from Canada down to Central America with the dog. We're gonna do it very slowly, and it's gonna be a lot slower than our previous travel lifestyle when we were able to fly between countries. More importantly, we're gonna do it in a car, so that means we can take the dog.
And what we mean by in a car is we are not living in a car. This is not turning into a van life channel.
No.
That is not what we're doing. We just mean that we now own a vehicle and we'll be driving it down. And then the plan is to stay long-term in different places in Mexico for the first little while, and then slowly just make our way down Central America over the next months and years, hopefully.
Yeah, some point. We should be hopefully in a new country like Guatemala or Belize.
Yeah.
Bet you Costa
Honduras,
Rica.
Nicaragua, Panama. There's some amazing countries down there that we have not explored.
So that is going to be the next little bit here. That's our grand plan. Cancer-free.
Oh, thank goodness.
And Thailand-free, but we have a dog, and we've purchased this car, which is a 2008 Toyota RAV4. It is pretty old, but I think it's going to be good because we can fix it if we need to do things on the road somewhere in Mexico or in the middle of Belize or Guatemala. We can, or Costa Rica, we can fix the car. Hopefully we can get parts for it.
One thing we do want to be able to do in the vehicle is we do want to be able to occasionally sleep in here. Again, this is not a van life channel, but we want to be able to basically camp in the car on occasion.
If you need to.
If we need to, just to do some cool adventures, to go a little bit off the beaten track. We want to be able to sleep in here with the dog. So yeah, so this car has so much space. The back actually opens up, and the amount of room that you can see in the back of this vehicle to store things, and then of course to eventually, hopefully, sleep in it ourselves is amazing. So I think we picked a really good vehicle for this adventure. Now she's just got to like manage to get us all the way to Mexico next week. So obviously, getting ready for an adventure like this, there is a ton of stuff to do. One of the big things has of course been the car and just getting the car ready for this big adventure. We have done a ton of mechanical tune-up and work on it. She's of course got like fresh oil and all this fun stuff. And we also got her a new set of really good wheels for Central American roads, which are notoriously potholed. So we got some really good tires on it. And got it all cleaned up. Mico even added a little bit of a board in the back so that it could hold our weight really well.
Yeah.
If and when we do need to sleep back there.
We are definitely no mechanics.
No.
However, I think we successfully got a few things on the car that
Yeah,
will
I
make
think
the ride a
so.
little bit
Yeah, I
easier.
got the dash
Or at least-
cam up, stuff like that.
At least it won't feel like quite a 2008 car, because I feel like that is way older than I was expecting we'd ever have in our lifetime. Oh, you look so tired.
She's like, hey guys, what's in here? There's a Frisbee in there, I think. Yeah, for sure, I smell Frisbee.
All right. So in addition to the car, we've also been doing a lot of things to kind of wrap up our life here.
Yeah.
We've been emptying out our storage units and basically removing everything that we had stored there because I feel like that's an unnecessary expense. We feel like we're diving fully into the nomadic lifestyle and we don't want to have anything tethering us back home.
Yeah, when we first left to travel full time, we thought we'd be gone like a year and a half. And here we are like 2.5 years later and now diving into a very big adventure. So it's kind of weird. I feel like we had some ties here and we've really been working hard to like cut those.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
Specifically the financial tie of storing our stuff, which is not needed.
Yeah, just to make it a little bit easier to be like truly people who don't live here anymore. So I know that like all Mico sees when he looks at all this stuff is dollar signs, but like maybe getting some money to sell it all. But that is definitely not what I see. I see like our whole life here in Canada. We spent obviously so much time accumulating these things and I can really tell why we kept them. Like we kept things that would make it easy to restart our life here in Canada, which was always the plan. Well, when we left was the plan. And now a couple of years later, obviously that has changed so much. And I'm freaking out a little bit, to be honest, that like this kind of feels like our safety net and we are now packing up that safety net and selling it all. And it is making this next phase of our lives feel very real and quite scary because if we fail at like becoming digital nomads and if this doesn't work out, then we are really coming back to Canada with nothing and starting over completely, which feels very, very risky. It's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be awesome. It'll be fine, but it's also scary. So I'm kind of sad in a lot of ways that all this stuff is gonna be gone.
The other thing is we hosted a garage sale, a lawn sale not too long ago to sell off a lot of that stuff. And I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, we haven't had a garage sale in forever, but we had a garage sale and actually did really well. So we were able to sell a ton of the stuff that we had saved for the last couple of years. Aww.
You want to go up?
Oh,
there she is.
Sleepy baby.
Oh yeah.
Hi.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, did you? Oh my gosh! Thank you very much. Thank you very much for taking me out. This dog, I think she's gonna really enjoy. Oh my god! I can't talk.
Okay.
She's really gonna enjoy this next adventure.
This adventurous lifestyle. She's an adventure
there
dog.
she just wanted to say thank you. Okay.
Yeah, just giving us kisses. What else have we done?
What are we talking about?
We had our garage sale. It went super well. We sold a bunch of other stuff on Marketplace, so we really don't own anything here in Canada that's gonna be left here. Like we don't.
No.
Which is freeing. Really freeing.
It was a cathartic experience getting rid of everything.
It was also sad. I was kind of sad. Man, this is so strange. We have set the house for the garage sale. There's a community-wide garage sale today, which is great. And I feel like it has been like 5 hours, and it's just been so many people here. Like I can't believe how busy it's been. I honestly was worried that garage sales these days were a bust. Turns out they're not. We've sold so many of the small things that like I just would have donated, honestly, if we weren't having a garage sale. And it feels awesome to be making a few dollars off of our things. We got some of the big guys left, but it also feels very, very strange to give away our like home starter kit that I feel like we created as like our backup, you know? It was our safety net. And yeah, she is very much gone now. There's just some random stragglers left. No safety net left, including Mico.
Random stragglers.
Stragglers.
I haven't been sold off yet.
How much do you think we could fetch for you?
I don't know. Probably not as much as the
TV
TV cabinet.
stand?
Still trying to sell for $500.
Oh man, it feels weird, it feels scary, and it makes the slow move down to Central America feel very, very real. All that's really left for us to do now is to pack our bags, pack the car, pack the dog, and in 5 days we set off for this incredible adventure. I am so excited for it.
Yeah, I'm pumped too. Like a road trip across through the States.
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting, and that's going to be in our next video.
Yeah.
I hope you guys stick around to watch it. Hit subscribe if you want to see what that's like.
Yeah.
And then after that, like, it'll just be...
You, me, and the dog.
Yeah, it'll be our new adventure.
Yay! I'm really looking forward to it. It feels so very strange to leave without like a flight. Like we arbitrarily just set ourselves the date of like leaving in 5 days because we can. But I'm stoked for it. We have like a good weather window, so we just need to like get out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this life update video of what on earth has been going on for us the last few months. But we hope to see you in the next video where we'll be back to adventures.
Thanks for watching.
Did you want to be in the vlog some more?
What is it, girl? Oh.
Were you not done? Did you have something to say? Aww.
Did you want to vlog anything, Eve? Are you ready excited for adventures?
Frisbee? Frisbee?
Frisbee is in the backpack over there, and she's trying to tell us that that's what she wants.
Yep. Well, we hear you loud and clear, kid, but no Frisbee in the house.
Oh
my gosh. Like this way, Dad.
It's over here.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my god.